All right. You may be seated. On the truth, the whole truth, and that's what the truth help you God.
Yeah. All right. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, before you is Marquise Luttrell, Washington, on indictment number 2020 GS 4548. He's pleading guilty today to one count of discharging a firearm into a dwelling. The state's recommendation is a 2-year sentence suspended to 49 days. He has served in county jail already. He'll be on a period of probation in court discretion. He is represented by Ms. Hodge of the Williamsburg County Public Defender's Office. The conditions the state would ask for on this probation is he have no contact with the victims in this case.
You're Marquise Luttrell, Washington.
Speak up.
I got to get the message. Yes, sir.
Just speak up.
You just need to talk.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you here to plead guilty to discharging a firearm into a dwelling.
Yes, sir.
And you want to waive your right to a jury trial and plead guilty to that.
Yes, sir.
And Todd, you're in agreement with that?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead guilty? And you're guilty? Are you guilty?
Yes, sir.
What did you do?
Huh?
What did you do?
I really can't remember that now. I was drunk.
You were drunk and can't remember.
Yeah. I was drunk.
Well, where were you when you came to?
Sir?
Where were you when you
When I woke up, I was in jail.
were in jail?
Yeah.
You woke up in jail. And someone told you what you did.
Yeah.
And you believe what they told you.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hear the details from the solicitor.
Your Honor, on November the 17th, 2019, at about 2 in the morning, officers responded to 1132 Chair Road in the Hemingway area of Williamsburg County in reference to shots fired. When the deputies got there were lots of people outside who actually were having a birthday party. They were advised that the home that had been struck by the bullet was Miss Betty Washington McCray. They were all out there celebrating a birthday for her husband. Some of the bystanders asked not to identify that evening. Said that Marquise Washington had come by with his girlfriend, also in this case. They were arguing inside and people were starting to like conversation and how they were acting, who was acting in this case. People's party. So he left and came by and fired several shots. One of them was struck. All law enforcement out there casing the scene. They found spent shell casings and the blue Chevy van that officers described, or witnesses rather described Mr. Washington being in, came back by the scene. Mr. Washington was in the vehicle. He appeared to be heavily intoxicated. He was eating crab legs. They asked him if there were any weapons in the car. He said that if not. They found an unspent 9mm cartridge in the passenger seat of the vehicle, and the vehicle otherwise matched the description of the vehicle that the witnesses said was in the machine. Law enforcement tried to get statements to the scene, but they declined to do so. He was taken to the sheriff's office, and there was a video camera set up in the booking area of the jail. Mr. Washington was trying to use a hand sanitizer station there. Of course, the officers were preventing him from doing so because they believed he had gunshot residue on his hands. He was sat back down and he actually urinated on his hands in the booking area. We suspect an attempt to remove the gunshot residue. He was interviewed by Ron Ballard. Ron Ballard pointed out that they could get gunshot residue off his clothing. His clothing was sent to SLED and tested it. It had gunshot primer residue on it.
You believe all that's true?
With the urinate, I know I had handcuffs on, and I told him I could use the bathroom. So he had me pee with, with my handcuffs on. And when I was they told me not to wash my hands, but they never told me why. You know, I didn't know why I couldn't wash my hands.
So you peed in your hand?
No, I didn't do them intentionally, you know, it wasn't intentionally. But when I had it, when I was using the restroom or whatever, pee got on my hand. So when I came back out, I had used the hand sanitizer to put on my hand because the pee wanted to wash my hand. You know, I wasn't even thinking, oh, they tried to check for gun residue. I didn't know.
You remember all of that?
Yeah, when I got in booking.
So you weren't drunk anymore?
I'm damn near. I remember that though. But yeah, you know, when I got booking, like I kind of soaked up a little bit because of the ride or whatever.
All right. What's his rap sheet?
Your Honor, he has a 2011, something that's just written up as miscellaneous criminal offense, but it is a misdemeanor. In 2012, he has a possession of marijuana. 2013, he has a burglary third. 2014, he has a failure to stop for a blue light and appointing him to present a physical person. And Your Honor, I've spoken to the victim, Benny McCrae, and his girlfriend, Shakira Taylor. He has a domestic violence charge kind of related to all this. Part of it is an exclusive plea. Both of them specifically asked that he not have contact with them or any members of their family as any condition of today's plea. Ms. Washington said she would try to come, or excuse me, Ms. McCrae said she would try to come today, but she is older and not in great health. She was not here today. We've spoken to her several times as well as the other victim.
Well, accept the guilty plea, Ms. Hodge.
May it please the court, Mr. Washington is 26 years old, from Hemingway, lifelong resident there, high school graduate of Hemingway High School. He has one child with the victim, and we would just ask the court to allow him to be placed on a short term of probation.
How about a long term of probation?
Whatever's
And there's a desire in every case, a short term of probation. Probation can be up to 5 years. How do we distinguish who deserves a short term versus a long term?
That's up to you.
That I'm aware of. I'm just notice you asked for a short term of probation with everyone thus far. What do you think about it, Mr. Washington?
I would accept the short-term probation.
You'll accept it.
I mean, I would want you to, you know, because.
You're facing 10 years in prison.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but like, you know. I mean,
How do you go from facing 10 years in prison for shooting into someone's house to seeking a short term of probation?
I mean, however you do it, sir.
I know that. I'm just finding what's on your mind.
I got a little daughter, you know what I'm saying? So,
A daughter in the house that you're shooting in?
no,
Okay. Whose house were you shooting in?
that was I guess they people's house. But shoot,
Your daughter's
like
people's
when I spoke with her, she was like, I don't even know. She said, I don't know what happened. There's a lot of people out there shooting. You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of people out there shooting.
Yeah.
What
So
kind of
she
place-
talked to me and she was like, "You a nice guy, and I don't think you done that." I was like, "Man, I was drunk, man. I can't even tell you, like, you know."
What kind of place were you? Where were you?
We was at a little party. I remember we was being at a party.
Party?
Mhm.
At someone's house.
Yeah.
Whose house was it?
That was my baby mama's cousin's house.
The baby mama's cousin's house. What kind of party was this?
It was just like I guess it was a get together. All us shooting fireworks, like we was having fun. So everybody got
Fireworks?
Yeah. It was a birthday party.
You shoot fireworks at the birthday party in November?
They had little big cannons and all kinds of
So
stuff.
people, you're shooting fireworks and people also shooting guns?
Yeah, they was drunk. I mean, when the story come told to me, you know what I'm saying? That was like, yeah. I spoke with the woman, and she told me, she was like, you're a nice guy, and she was like, you know, it's bad that you the only one got locked up because there was so many people shooting like that. And I didn't want to pinpoint you and say you done it because they found that they gonna stick together. So they just, you know
What happened to the gun you had?
I ain't had no gun.
Well, how were you shooting into a house?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't remember what happened. That's what I'm saying. I been drunk.
Well, I mean, you must have had a gun before you got drunk.
I don't remember shooting.
Well, I don't have enough details. If you can't remember anything about it, then you're denying having a gun.
Yeah, I ain't had no gun.
And what are the details again about a gun, shell casing, gunpowder on his hand?
Your Honor, he had gunshot residue on his clothing. There was an unspent 9mm shell casing in the vehicle on the passenger seat next to him, and they found shell casings at the scene.
I had the gun. I shot. I'm sorry for
So
it.
you just lying to me?
Sir, I told the truth.
No, wait. You came and you put your hands on the Bible and swore to tell the truth. And you're facing 10 years in prison and you just started to lie to me?
I mean, I can't remember what happened, but if I shot, I had to have a gun.
I know, well, you just said you didn't have one.
Well, I had the gun, because if I shot, I have to have a gun if I
The
shoot.
question I asked you was, what happened to the gun? Wasn't that my question?
Yes, sir.
And you said you didn't have one.
I mean, if I shot, I had a gun.
Do you own a gun?
No, sir, I can't have
Have
a
you
gun.
ever owned a gun?
Sir?
Have you ever owned a gun?
No, I can't have a gun.
Have you ever shot a gun?
I done shot gun, plenty of guns before.
Plenty times.
Yes, sir. Like I go hunting, I shoot, like I do regular stuff, you know? Like,
You said everyone, you had a little get together and everybody was out there shooting firecrackers and guns and all of that.
yeah, and like, that's all I'm saying. I'm pleading guilty. I'm guilty. I shot.
What do you make of what he's telling me in this Hodge?
When I initially spoke to Mr. Washington, he told me he at first didn't remember what happened that night. We went through the discovery and talked about it, and he said that he was guilty and that we were going to go forward with the plea today.
But you can't be guilty without having a gun because the charge is shooting, discharging a firearm.
And the gunpowder residue was found on his clothing.
But you know, when I sit up here and talk to people and ask them questions, I'm asking because I'm evaluating the person I'm talking to. I'm trying to decide what kind of sentence I should give them. And the ones who typically get the maximum sentence are the ones who swear to tell the truth and immediately start lying. And I'm trying to figure whether that's your category, which it appears to be.
I hope not.
Well, you're in court. You're getting ready to be sentenced for committing a crime for which you could get 10 years in prison. You know, I hear cases where people inside those homes catch the bullets. You know, I hear cases, I had one last week when a 70-year-old man in his home got killed by someone shooting randomly into his building, being mad in his home, mad with his grandchildren. He's dead. These are, and the boy who did that is facing life in prison. You're facing 10 years, and you want a short term of probation, and you can't give me a straight story. What am I to do with a fellow like that?
I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I mean,
Okay, well, what is the truth? Let's start from the beginning.
I told you
Well, let's start when you got up that morning.
when I got up that morning.
Yeah,
When I got up that morning, they said we had a party. They said we was going to the party. Went to the party. Everybody chilling. Everybody be drunk, putting stuff on the grill, like having a good time. And then a little altercation broke out. A little altercation broke out between me and the family members.
What kind of altercation?
It was just like like don't want you around here because it was stuff happening with my cousin. A murder. Somebody, one of them or something, you know what I'm saying, happened with that.
One
So
of
they
the
didn't want me
Washingtons-
around because they felt like, oh no, you
One of the Washingtons killed somebody?
Sir?
One of the Washingtons killed somebody?
No, not my family, their family. Like, big people. I said, I stay down there. They like, I don't want you over here. So I was like, why do you? And then the boy just broke out like, yeah,
Why did you get mad? Why did you get mad?
Me?
You.
Cause I was like, yo, what do you mean? You gotta move around here. I stay here. Like, I stay here. Why y'all saying I gotta move? They telling me I gotta move, I can't stay in my house.
So you got mad because they told you to leave?
No, they told me I couldn't stay in my house. I had to move from over there.
Oh, they
See,
want
I stayed on the street. I stayed on the street for them.
They didn't want you to live down the street.
No, they burned my house up and everything.
Burn your house up.
Yeah. They didn't want me there no more.
Is that a case in court too?
They don't know who done it. All of them, like, that one, when I speak to that woman say, you're a nice person, and I like you. If she was to come to court today, she would tell you. She'll
Was it her house that was shot into?
Yeah, she would tell you. There was a lot of like this shooting that night, man.
Listening to you.
There was a lot of shooting like that night. I had to protect myself.
You were shooting self-defense.
That's what she's going to call it, yes, sir.
Well, you're protecting yourself. You're shooting.
Yes, sir. I
Were
shot.
they shooting at you?
Yeah, they were shooting at me, but I couldn't say I hit the house. I just shot to protect myself.
Now, who are you shooting at?
So
Who are you shooting
I wasn't
at?
shooting at nobody really. I was just trying to get away. I was running. When I tell you I was running, I had third. When I tell you, it been a lot of them. It was a lot of them.
How many?
One, I just boom.
That's what you did?
Yeah, I shot in there.
Shot in there.
Yeah, but I ain't hitting them. I don't
So
think.
now you remember shooting.
Sir.
Now you remember shooting.
I mean, I remember I don't remember like half of the stuff, but I remember shooting.
You remember shooting?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
I shot. Be honest.
Well, you can be honest or you can lie. But
I ain't gonna lie.
when I put this pen to it, it's going to be based on what I hear
Yes, sir.
from you. So, you can tell the truth or not tell the truth. I'm judging your case. That's what the judges do.
Okay.
Right. And I started at 10, especially for a serious crime, such as shooting into someone's house. And then I consider going down from there. And your lawyer want me to go from 10 to 0 and give you a short term on probation to see Mr. Wilson. And then said, okay, everything's good.
I mean, if you would, long term would be good.
And in most instances, when someone gets something like that, the next thing we know or hear, not only they've shot in the house, they've shot someone in the house or shot someone out of the house. That's why I'm asking you, where's the gun? What happened to it? You seem to be pretty handy with the guns. You go hunting, you out there with a group of people shooting at each other, and you don't know what happened to your gun.
So, I gotta tell you,
How many you have
I
left?
don't, like I said, I've been drunk, man. That's all I can say. I was drunk. Your Honor, I was
It's
drunk.
pretty clear in the law that voluntary intoxication is no defense. If everyone who was drunk came, all the people who were drunk came in here and said, let me go because I was drunk.
No, I ain't saying let me go. I'm not saying let me go. But when you were intoxicated like that, and it just you remember some stuff you
What were you drinking?
woke up in the morning with
What were you drinking?
man, we had all kinds of stuff. We had wine coolers, we had vodka, we had all kinds of mix of stuff. We was getting along, man, but just
November 2017, that wasn't even Thanksgiving, that's like, what day of the week was it?
I ain't sure.
Just, let me find out, November 17th, 2019. Trying to figure out why you were in such a party mood that day.
All this was like, we had a good time.
November 17th, 2019. Sunday.
On the Sunday.
Oh,
Things just
well,
happened.
maybe it was right after midnight. Maybe it was Saturday night.
That's correct.
Okay. So it was Saturday night. Okay, that's why the party was going on.
Yeah, it was, I forgot what party it was, but man, we had seafood, we had everything, like, man, we had a good time, just ate, like, we got drunk. Oh, we can't
A good time, which landed you in jail and in here today facing 10 years.
Yes, sir.
That was a real good time. All right, what else? Ms. Hodge for Mr. Washington, Keys for Troy Washington.
We would just ask that you consider the recommendation from the state, and allow him to be placed on probation, and he sincerely apologizes for that night and that incident.
Now, this recommendation says 2 years suspended for 90 days.
That's right, now, he served 49 days.
How many?
49 on that.
49.
That's right.
And you want me to give him 90.
That
So
would be
2 years suspended to 90 days and followed by probation. Is that your understanding as to what the state is recommending?
Yes, sir, which, like,
And you understand I may or may not follow that recommendation?
yes, sir.
What, you were going to say something else?
Apologize for, disrespecting the court rules. Apologize for what I've done. And, things get better. I'm gonna be a better person.
I hope so. I think earlier in the week we had the 27-year-olds, 28-year-olds. Now we got down to the 26-year-olds. You haven't made it to 28 yet, where we were having all the trouble earlier in the week. With 28-year-olds, you're still getting there. What do you do for a living?
But right now, like how you having my handstand like that.
Right.
I was in a bad car accident, and that's what I was trying to tell you. Well, my memory kind of.
Oh.
But I can remember, I was in a real bad car accident.
When was it?
I had head injury.
When was that?
I got in 2 accidents. Bad. I didn't get in 2 accidents. Big ones. Big accidents.
I said, when was it?
That was in 2017. I really want like 2000.
So that's big. So this happened while you were recovering from your injuries?
It could have been 2017. It's been like 2014, something like that. I can't remember. It was somewhere though, 2015, 14, something like that. But I was in a bad car accident.
Okay, well.
Like I can't, when I stand up, I'll shake a little bit. Better stand up.
Do you work or you don't?
No, I'm on disability.
Disability? Okay, from the right?
I got head injuries and short-term memory and all, for real. I ain't got a lot to you.
So you're not totally stable?
I mean, I am, I could, but you can tell me something now and 10 minutes later I'll forget it. Or I can put something somewhere and then 10 minutes later I'll forget it.
All right, well, we'll take that as an excuse for you talking the way you're talking today. So the sentence is 2 years, provided that on the service of 90 days, the balance is suspended with probation for 2 years. You give a credit for time served, which is 49 days.
49 days. And we would also ask the court to allow him to have his GPS ankle monitor removed.
Have this what?
He has a GPS.
How'd you get that?
He was on bond. He got on bond.
Yeah, that's what
Part of the
that's
bond.
part of my bond.
Okay. What did that do for you?
Sir?
What did that do for you?
Man, it just make this make you realize that I ain't, you know, that I
You can't be out partying so much.
stay at home, yeah, just chill out.
Gets credit for 49 days, a special condition of the probation. It needs to have no contact with the victim. You have names of these people?
Yes, Your Honor. Betty Washington McCray and Shakira Taylor.
Betty Washington McCray and Shakira.
Taylor.
Oh.
Okay. Is she the baby's mother, or who is she?
That's my baby mama.
You don't want to have any contact with her, or she doesn't want to have any contact with you?
I didn't know she had nothing to do with this, but okay.
Well, I'm just asking. I don't want to set you up to go to prison because you
That's my
violate the order.
Shakira Taylor, that's my baby mama.
They're still together, and
Yeah, we want to be able to go to the park together, and, you know.
she's the victim in the case.
I spoke to Shakira Taylor about today's plea, and that's what she asked me to do.
When was the last time you talked with her?
I talk with Shakira all the time, but it's like
When
we're
was
not
the last
together.
time?
Well, we're not together. Well, you know, we're not together, right? Like you said, when the last time I talked to her,
Yes.
when I talk to Shakira, like she be calling my mom. We can't, you know, communicate because I was with this right here. But she be calling my mom. We be, you know, communicating with the baby about the baby and stuff. But yeah, that's my baby mama.
Well, she's the one who doesn't want to have any contact
But
with
it's okay. I'm in school. As long as I get to see my kid.
Shakira, what's her last name?
Taylor.
Taylor. And you must pay a $500 public defender fee. All right, Mr. Washington, good luck to you.
This is Christian News TY. I'm Tony Conyers. If there are any newsworthy events in Williamsburg County, we will get them to you as soon as possible. If not, you can follow us on Christian News TY Facebook, you can follow us on YouTube, and you can follow us on our website.
Christian News TY would like to thank you for watching. Please share.